were able to take one or two from the slideshow. The session is being recorded, so we oblige your consent to record this session. So before we get into serious business of the day, I want us to take part in some icebreaker. It's going to be very participatory, so everyone would be involved. The title of the icebreaker is your superhero name. So how we're going to do it, we're trying to find our superhero name. So your superhero name is going to be the last city you visited and the name of the last food you ate. So for me, my superhero name is, the last city I visited was Abuja, and the name of the last food I ate was shawarma. So my superhero name would be Abuja Shawarma. So I want us to go like that. I'll be calling us by name so that we can give our superhero names. And if you cannot talk, you can equally type it in the comment section. So Abraham, let's hear what your superhero name is.
Okay, so the last city I visited was Abuja too, and the last food I ate was pizza. So my superhero name is Abuja Pizza.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So Uche, let's hear your superhero name.
Okay, happy independence, everybody. I'm so excited. Okay, I visited Abuja, but I'm in Kaduna. So the last thing I craved for was Gari. So my super hero's name is Kaduna Gari Square, because I drank the Gari and I drank it again. Independence. So Kaduna Gari Square. That's my superhero. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that's so cool. Hasi, let's hear your superhero name.
Okay, good day, everyone. The last city I visited was my village, Kagoma. And it's a village, so I'll say, and what I ate, the last thing I ate is rice and beans, from Kagoma rice and beans.
Okay, Kagoma rice and beans. Okay, that's cool. Ayo, if you're with us, tell us your superhero name. Ayo, we can't hear you if you're speaking.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ayo. The last city I visited. Right now, I'm moving on a.
Okay, it seems Ayo is even visiting a city presently, so he might. If you are able to get us, you can drop it in the comment section. Billy Nang Paul, can you tell us your superhero name, the last city you visited, and the last food you ate?
I'm in Abuja right now, heading to Benue. The last.
Yeah. Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you, Billy. So Billy, if you okay.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
My superhero on what? Let me know.
Your superhero name, the last city you visited, and the last food you ate.
Okay, I'm saying my superhero on what? I don't understand that superhero. I just want to be very precise.
The last city you visited, the name of the last city you visited, and the name of the last food you ate. So you put them together.
Yeah, what I'm saying is my superhero on what? I want to be precise. That's what I ask. I want to understand the question.
It's not on anything. It's just a game. It's an icebreaker we're playing. So you can drop it in the comment section. Maybe you follow up with us and drop it in the comment section. Bilkisu, let's hear your superhero name. The last food you ate.
Hi, good morning. So the last city I visited was Jos. The last food I ate was rice and beans. And the name of my superhero is Dokisu Rice and Beans.
Okay, Bilkisu, we can't hear you. You're echoing a lot. So you can type it and drop in the comment section. Chiroma Kefas Ketura. Let's hear your superhero name, the last city you visited, and the last food you ate. Chiroma. Okay, if Chiroma can't speak now, Samson Logil, you have the floor. Your superhero name. Let's get it. Abdul Karim, let's get your superhero name, the last city you visited, and the last food you ate. So I'm seeing some responses, lots of responses in the comment section. Abdul Karim, you have the floor. But while I wait for you, in the comment section, Bilkisu said, the last city I visited was Jos, and the last thing I ate was rice and beans. So her superhero name is just rice and beans. Okay. Okay. So.
Hello.
Yes, Abdul Karim. Good morning.
Yeah, my superhero's name is Smile. You know, in a world full with sadness and all that is going around, it's a great adventure when you go out and put smile on people's face.
Okay.
Then the last city I visited is Abuja.
Okay.
And the last food I ate is puff puff.
Wow.
So that's it from Abdul Karim.
So your superhero name is Abuja Puff Puff. Okay,
exactly.
That's nice. Veronica, let's get your superhero name, the last city you visited, and the last food you ate.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Veronica. My superhero, I think I'll say my dad, because I was indisposed this week and he was traveling and he stopped by in Kaduna to see me. He dashed me money, asked for my account number.
That's very sweet. That's very
So the last city I visited is Abuja.
Okay. Okay, that's very sweet. Okay, so Huzaifa Jamil, your superhero name, Huzaifa Jamil, the last city you visited and the last food you ate. So the rest you can drop your superhero names in the comment section.
My visit.
Okay, if your network is not very strong, you can equally drop your comments in the chat box. So we would all see it and respond to it. Julius Lada, the last food you ate, the last city you visited, your superhero name. Okay, Amina Audi, the last city you visited and the last food you ate. Give us your superhero name. Okay, Joy Irony said the last city I visited was Lagos and the last food I ate is Okpa. So my superhero name is Lagos Okpa. Okay, okay. Okay, that's nice. If you want to still give us your superhero name, you can drop it in the comment section. Safiya says she's Kaduna noodles. Okay, that is beautiful. Kaduna Indomie. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. In the next 5 minutes, we'll be going ahead with our first session. Our first session is a welcome address and overview from the founder and programs director of Empowering Women for Excellence initiative. In 5 minutes time, we'll commence that. And you can keep dropping in your superhero name, Kaduna Fried Rice. There are lots of Kaduna superheroes here. I like Lagos Okpa. So you can keep dropping your comment section and that. Okay, so Julius Ladan said the last city I visited is Benin and the last food I ate is Amala and Ewedu. Superhero name, Turkim Baka. But obviously Benin, Amala and Ewedu. Okay, that is nice. That is very nice. While we are about to commence our next session in 3 minutes, I want us all to log on to the WUVA app. That is the major app we are using for the conference. I know it's possible to join sessions through Zoom, but logging through WUVA is better because you're able to set your agenda for the period and equally have a full list of the participants, the speakers, and even the sponsors. You're able to interact and network through the WUVA app. So it's better to join through WUVA. So we would hope to get more participation through WUVA and not directly through Zoom link, so that you can be able to even take notes through the app and equally interact with other participants before the session starts, during the session, and even at the end of the session. So your history is well saved through the application for this conference. So thank you once again for joining. The program director and founder of Empowering Women for Excellence initiative will be giving her welcome address and overview. So the program director is Safiya Ibn Garba. Safiya founded Empowering Women for Excellence initiative in 2008, and she has over 22 years of work experience in information technology, business, and the non-profit. She is also an endorsed facilitator by the International Association of Facilitators, IAF. Safiya holds a BSc in Computer Science from the University of Benin, a Master's in Sustainable Peace in the Contemporary World from the UN-mandated University of Peace, UPeace, and she's equally a doctoral student with the UN-mandated University of Peace, San Jose, Costa Rica. Safiya is the CSR in Action Apostle Hayford Alil Humanitarian Award winner of 2020 and a Desmond Tutu Reconciliation Fellow from Global Reconciliation. In 2021, Safiya was featured on the FEMI 100 list by the Global Security Project and was awarded an Outstanding Citizen Award by the Embassy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. Safiya is skilled in institutional learning and equally works with institutional learning at Generations for Peace, Amman, Jordan. She loves singing, dancing, and watching movies. We welcome you, Ma Safiya Ibn Garba, to give us your welcome address and overview of the session.
Thank you, Rachel. Hello, everyone. Happy Independence Day. It's amazing to be here. I think it's still morning for you where you are. Don't mind me, I'm overdressed, but it's because it's the National Day of Nigeria. So we are celebrating not just the kickoff of this amazing first maiden conference of EWEI, but also the 62nd anniversary of Nigeria. So I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to be here today. It's an honor and a privilege to host you. Just a little bit more about Empowering Women for Excellence Initiative. I know you've heard quite a bit, but as Rachel said, we were registered in 2008. Officially, we were registered in April 2008. We started off in 2008 April, but registered officially in June. And our mission is to provide multi-sectoral interventions for the development and empowerment of girls and women in communities through capacity building, information dissemination, advocacy, and cross-cutting community service projects. We have a number of partners that we work with, including the UN Trust Fund to End Violence Against Women, the Obama Foundation, through the Girls Opportunity Alliance, and GoFundMe, and the African Women Development Fund, amongst others. We've been working for 14 years, and it's been a tough road, but we are here. We're teenagers, and we're happy to be a teenager with Empowering Women for Excellence Initiative. When it comes to this conference, it is the first international conference that Empowering Women for Excellence Initiative will be holding. And we also have our wonderful partners, Hoover, the event platform, which we're holding this virtual conference. I heard quite a few comments from colleagues and friends about how wonderful they're finding the experience. I have been watching the platform myself and seeing the photo competitions and the icebreakers and the topics. I want to thank you for engaging so much. And of course, we know the theme is increasing women's participation in addressing global and local challenges. We want to support our understanding and application of how to address challenges that are limiting women's participation and leadership from the grassroots to the global level. And that's and we have such a rich array of speakers who are going to talk about a wide variety of topics. So just like you were encouraged, please sign up to the app, use the app so you can view the agenda, add sessions to your sessions, the ones you'll be attending. Our topics range in this conference from mental health, disaster risk reduction, positive deviance, resilience, business communication, STEM, and different causes and movements, to mention a few. We will also be marking some observance days, including the World Habitat Day, International Day of the Girl Child, tomorrow International Day of Violence, Teachers Day, Cotton Day, International Day for Eradication of Poverty, and a host of them. So we want you to please always check the agenda, see what you're interested in, and jump in. So this conference is obviously 100% online on the Hoover, which is an award-winning conference platform throughout the month of October. And we're almost at our 500 participants ceiling. So I want to congratulate you all for being able to grab a space in this conference. It's our maiden conference, so we'll see what next year or the year after will be. Maybe next time we'll have to pay to attend this conference, but we all want to learn together. We're also monitoring the feedback on sessions throughout every day of the conference because we want to hear your thoughts and how we can improve. I want to say a special thank you to our sponsors and those who have supported us, the Embassy of Nigeria in Jordan, Colgate Nigeria, Mindset Global, CSR in Action, and Global Reconciliation. These organizations have decided to support us in delivering this conference. So at the end of the day, or at the end of my speech, I just want to say really, really a big thank you for being here. I promise you that the sessions are going to be amazing. We have an amazing array of speakers. There are over 15 countries represented in our speakers, and for our participants, even a higher number of countries. We also have the different continents except Antarctica, represented. So it's going to be an amazing, amazing conference. I'm excited to be here every day to see what's happening and learn. And big kudos to the team. And we apologize for any technical difficulties that we may be experiencing from time to time. We're in a very special context. So thank you for bearing with us. And have an amazing, amazing conference. Happy Independence Day. Thank you for being here. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you so much for the well visualized details of the conference and what we would be expecting. So before we have our next session, I want us to equally have a little icebreaker. But if you have any questions, you can drop it in the chat box so that we respond to all your questions, all your inquiries as well. Cleofas has signified that they're having electricity challenge in Zimbabwe. So his audio might be quite bad. We apologize for that. We understand. So you can always send in whatever you want to say in the chat box for us. So our next icebreaker is going to be something simple, very imaginative. I want us to think back and ponder on this. If you had the opportunity to go back in time, what profession would you like to come back as? If you have the opportunity to go back in time, what profession would you want to come back as? For me, I think if I had the opportunity to go back in time, I'd want to come back as a pilot. Yes, I would want to come back as a pilot. I think being a pilot is a very, very cool skill. I'd want to go to aviation school and learn everything I need to learn to be a pilot. And I really do love to fly a plane. So that's what I would have become if I had the opportunity to go back in time. So let's hear you. You can drop it in the comment section. Let's know what profession you would want to go back to and why you would like to go back to that profession. So Sekien Dadik, can you tell us what profession you presently are doing and what profession you'd want to go back if you had the opportunity to go back in time? What profession would you like to come back as?
Okay, this caught me off guard, but I'm glad to be a part of this.
Okay.
I think I'll still be a development worker.
You still want to be a what?
A development worker.
Okay. So you're a development worker and
yes,
you would still want to be a development worker. That's
yes,
beautiful.
Yes.
So Abdul Kadir Sagir, if you had the opportunity to come back or go back in time, what profession would you want to do? What profession are you presently doing, and what profession would you want to do if you had the opportunity to go back in time? Courage Gal. Okay, so we can hear you, Sagir.
Hello, my name is Abdulkader Sagir. Now I'm a student for Bio University, Kano. I'm studying special education.
Okay. So you're presently doing special education. If you had the opportunity to go back in time, what profession would you want to come back at?
I'm educationalist.
Okay, so that means you're in your dream profession. That's cool. Courage said, a pilot. This has always been my dream from around 1998. So since 1998, Courage has always wanted to be a pilot. So Lydia Saleh, if you had an opportunity to go back in time, what profession would you want to come back as?
Good morning, everyone. I'm a development worker. I think if I have opportunity to go back in time, I would love to work in the health sector.
Okay, that's beautiful, Lydia, in the health sector. So Samson Lugel, what profession would you like to come back as? Samson, if you cannot speak, you can drop it in the comment section. Grace, I see you. What profession would you like to come back as if you have the opportunity? Zainab Mbusube is saying hello. Chidima says, I'd love to come back as a community developer. Chidima, what profession are you presently doing? So, Bilkisu, what profession would you like to come back as if you had the opportunity?
So I'm currently a development worker. I had always wanted to be a doctor. Well, probably if I had the opportunity to come back, I would want to be a doctor.
Okay, that is cool. So Afunu Roxa, if you were to come back, what profession would you like to come back as? Afunu, if you can hear us, if you cannot, you can drop in the comment section. Safiya says, non-profit now, coming back non-profit and astronauts. Space is fascinating. Yes, space is very fascinating. Chidima says she's a teacher. She would like to come back as a development work, community developer, and that's beautiful. Uche says, I'd love to be a pediatrician and also a development worker. Okay. Julius Ladan, I would love that I come back as a military personnel. I am currently a software engineer. That is quite a shift from a software engineer to a military personnel. You must have strong reasons why. Afunu says, I am studying agriculture. I would love to come back as an agriculturist, meaning you still want to remain in your profession. So for astronauts, we have Space Week scheduled in this conference. So if you want to be an astronaut or come back as an astronaut, we have a Space Week. You can experience what it feels like to be an astronaut during our Space Week. Joy Ayani says, I would love to come back as a radiologist. My foster dad was one, and I greatly admire him. That is very touching. Safiya says, I would also want to be a psychologist. Safiya wants to be a lot of things. Ronke says, if I were to come back, the profession I would pursue would be nursing, okay? Ayo says, I studied mechanical engineering. I'd love to be a pilot in the Air Force. That's nice. Courage. Yeah, space is so fascinating. The closest asteroid belt to the Earth has enough gold in it to gift every human about $9 billion worth of gold each. Okay, so during our space week, you're going to get to learn a lot about space. We hope to see you there. So you can check our schedule for the conference, all the topics that are taking place, and the observance days will be commemorating, we'll be marking, so that you can join the space week. Abdul Karim says, I would love to come back as a footballer. Salim says, okay, great presentation. Thank you, Salim. Okay. So EWEI staffs that do not want to come back as development workers, you're going to get email from HR soon. Hassi says, I studied economics. You didn't tell us what you'd love to come back as. We love to hear that. Asa Josh says, I'd love to come back as a chef. Okay. Okay. So thank you, everyone. If you still have what you want to come back as, you can tell us. So our next session would be from Ugochi Daniels. The next session is from Ugochi Daniels. I still have messages coming in. Zainab says she's a geologist and environmentalist. I love my profession and wanted it as it is. Okay, that's very beautiful, very contented with your profession. Hassi says, I would love to come back as a boxer. Okay. So that's beautiful, Hassi. Our next session is by Ugochi Daniels. Ugochi Daniels will be giving us her keynote address. But before that, we will have her bio taken. Okay, Ugochi Daniels. On 31st of May 2021, Ugochi Daniels was appointed as IOM's Deputy Director General Operations, taking office on 1st of September 2021. Ugochi Daniels is a senior executive with over 27 years of diverse managerial experience with donor and United Nations entities, academia, as well as private sector institutions. Ugochi Daniels was named a Shiro of the United Nations for championing women's health needs in humanitarian emergencies. Shiros defend the vulnerable and fight for human rights, command forces and build coalitions for peace, and take on the world's toughest challenges. She is proud to be part of a global community that builds partnerships for peace and development to solve global problems. She is an advocate for justice, equality, and equity, and believes in the importance of identity and being fully grounded in community. She has a strong passion for advocacy and funding for the specific needs of women and girls, especially in the humanitarian settings. Ugochi Daniels' career with the United Nations spans almost 2 decades. Prior to joining IOM, Ugochi Daniels was the Chief of Staff at the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees, covering Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, and the occupied Palestinian territory. She was also the United Nations Resident Coordinator and designated official security in the Islamic Republic of Iran from 2018 to 2020. From 2013 to 2018, Ugochi Daniels was the Chief of Humanitarian and Fragile Context Branch at the United Nations Population Fund, headquarters at the United Nations Population Fund's headquarters. Her stint as UNFPA includes assignments in the Philippines and Nepal. Ms. Daniels joined the UNFPA in 2002 as the Deputy Program Manager for Africa Youth Alliance, covering Ghana, Tanzania, Botswana, and Uganda. Prior to joining the UN, Ms. Daniels was the Monitoring and Evaluation Information Specialist of the United States Agency for International Development, USAID mission in Nigeria. And this was from 1999 to 2002. Ms. Daniels was also she equally has private sector experience, having worked in the information technology, manufacturing, and financial services industries from 1992 to 1999. Ugochi Daniels has a bachelor's and master's degree in geography and holds a postgraduate diploma in information management for business decisions. She is also a Microsoft certified systems engineer. She is married with 1 daughter and 2 sons. We welcome Ugochi Daniels for her keynote address, which will be displayed shortly. Ugochi Daniels was unable to be here with us at this moment, so she has sent in her pre-recorded session for our viewing pleasure. We hope it's impactful to you. Thank you very much.
The empowerment of women and girls is an issue I care deeply about, and I'm therefore very pleased to take part in a whole conference dedicated to this issue. Around the world, we are witnessing, unfortunately, an increase of women and girls caught in situations of humanitarian crisis and conflict, where food insecurity and basic survival contribute to increased vulnerability. From the recent events in Ukraine, Somalia, and Afghanistan, to protracted situations in Ethiopia and the DRC. It is harder, if not impossible, for women to contribute to conflict and displacement prevention if they are relegated to the margins of society, sidelined from key institutions at national and local level, or excluded from the workplace. According to academic research, countries with only 10% of women in the labor force are 30% more likely to experience internal conflict. Now, compared to countries where 40% of women are in the labor force. The World Bank, through its research, has highlighted that countries with more gender equality are more likely to resolve conflict without violence. When conflict and violence strike, many people are forced to flee their homes, and many stay within their own country. Women and girls make up half of those living in internal displacement due to violence and conflict. Despite its prohibition under international humanitarian law, Sexual violence and conflict remains a brutal reality. Women and girls living in displacement are exposed to heightened levels of sexual and gender-based violence. Grave sexual violence, including conflict-related rape and sexual slavery, were reported in 19 countries last year alone. Despite these challenges and heightening risks, women play an important role in responding to the effects of crisis and displacement, and they are many times at the forefront of supporting crisis-affected populations as first responders. Let me stress key areas where we can collectively increase women's participation in addressing local and global challenges. First, participation of women and girls should be more than just consultation. While women and girls may be consulted as part of assessments, their needs, concerns, capacities, and they are often not fully considered and valued for the local and women's knowledge in developing solutions. Taking time to listen and understand by those on the ground what is being done currently to avert and adapt is vital to any new policy or program to address conflict and ensure sustainable development. This also serves to empower the women in the communities affected. Second, opportunities for engagement with women-led organizations need to be at all levels, starting at the local, national levels to the international. Leadership of women-led organizations should influence country policies, humanitarian response plans, and peace processes locally and globally. Despite the evidence and advocacy that exists for women's participation at program and policy level, this area is still lacking. There is a need to engage in more work on gender transformative approaches, as this will open avenues for more inclusion of women in decision-making at the local and national level. Third, and lastly, invest in concrete and durable solutions that take into consideration the gender dimensions of disaster and resilience. While the challenges posed by conflict-induced displacement are immense, we must also consider that disasters and the adverse effects of climate change displace an even greater number of people each year than conflict. Sadly, more women and girls are likely to die in extreme weather events that lead to disasters. In this context, we must also empower women to play a role in disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation. Ladies and gentlemen, the organization I work for, the UN Migration Agency, is a proximity organization, and we take pride in our strong field presence, including in very remote areas and in having direct contact with crisis-affected communities. Our camp managers, shelter engineers, and health workers witness firsthand the unbearable, devastating, and often prolonged consequences of crisis and displacement, including the individual harm and suffering of women and girls, but also their courage and resilience. IOM supports thousands of women and girls across varying contexts with protection and assistance in times of crisis, access to life-saving information, sustainable livelihood initiatives, and programming to nurture post-crisis peace and security to adapt to this global reality. In 2020 alone, over 3 million women and girls benefited from IOM's interventions to reduce risk and build the resiliency of communities in 45 countries affected by the impact of climate change and environmental degradation. Since 2015, approximately 30% of all migrants assisted by IOM to return to their countries of origin were women and girls. Around the globe, Across the extended field presence of IOM, we have experienced the determination, leadership, and participation of women. Activities range from managing their household resources and risks from environmental hazards by developing household-level climate change adaptation plans, to taking on leadership roles as peacemakers in managing water resources. Before I close, I also would like to recognize the work of organizations founded by women and led by women, such as Empowering Women for Excellence Initiative, for their work empowering women and girls in situations of conflict and beyond. We need female leadership contributing and driving durable solutions. In doing so, we can achieve resilient society, which is what we all strive for. Thank you very much.
So if you have any questions, inquiries you need from the presentation by Ugochi Daniels, you can drop them in the chat box and we will respond to them. We equally oblige you to join the WUVA app. The WUVA app, as I have said earlier, is way better than joining directly because the session is being recorded there and you're able to interact with other participants and you get so many features you can explore using the WUVA there, WUVA app. The session is recorded, meaning that you can always go back to it if there are areas you need to take note of, you need to make use of for educational purposes or any other purpose you need them. So we encourage you to make use of the WUVA application. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining and for dropping your messages. Our next session is going to be by His Excellency Malami Faruk. He will be sending in his goodwill message. This is our introductory session. So a lot of what we'll be doing today is our introduction and keynote address, goodwill messages from well-wishers for the organization, for the conference, and for all of us that are going to be participants of this conference. So before we go ahead with his session, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section. Equally, download the WUVA app, join, because a lot of the activities we're going to be doing will be taking place there. Outside our sessions, we have other activities that will be taking place on the WUVA app. We have our booths where you can have, you have the opportunity to see our sponsors and all what they offer. And there are so many gifts and other things you can take away if you make use of the WUVA app. So we hope to see you utilize the app through this conference.
So can I jump in, Rachel? So any questions that you have for Gochi Daniels, please post them on the WUVA app. There she'll be able to access them and provide some answers. So I see a question from Chidima. If you could just please put that on the app, that would be very helpful. And that way the speaker can respond at a later date. So I will be going ahead. Should I go ahead, Rachel?
Yes, you can go ahead, Ma.
Okay, so comms would like to have the ambassador's photo projected. So unfortunately, Ambassador Faruk Malami, MFR, could not be with us live. He's currently very engaged with a few things. He's the current ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, born September 1969, married with 4 daughters and 2 boys. As a matter of fact, one of his daughters will be speaking in the course of the conference. He is a fellow certified national accountant and also recipient of the Presidential National Honor, the member of the Order of the Federal Republic, so MFR, that's what it means, for his astounding public service as Honorable Commissioner for Finance and subsequently Honorable Commissioner for Local Government and Community Development, Sokoto State in Nigeria. He was the deputy governorship candidate of APC in Sokoto State in the 2019 general elections. He is a member of the Board of Trustees of the Buhari Campaign Organization. He's a pioneer. He was a pioneer Director General of the To Be Connected Nigeria and a founding member, Admiralty University of Nigeria. His service as Finance Commissioner in Sokoto between 2007 and 2012 led to an unprecedented revenue growth in the state. He also served as Chairman, Millennium Development Goals, Conditional Transfer Program, Sokoto State, Nigeria. This earned him recognition as well by the National Office of the Millennium Development Goals. He served as a member of the Federal Account Allocation Committee, as well as a member of the Joint Tax Board and his New Partnerships for Africa Development, that NEPAD, if we remember that, Peer Review Committee. Ambassador Faruk served as Chairman, Sokoto State Tenders Board. He has been recently appointed to serve as a member of the Steering Committee Policy Commission of Nigeria of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group. During his service as Honorable Commissioner for Local Government between 2012 to 2015, he spearheaded the effective delivery of critical infrastructure in the 23 local government areas councils of Sokoto State. These projects and programs, which covered primary health care, peace security, and functional entrepreneurship, received wide acclaim. The effort also earned him recognition from the national and international institutions. Can we go back? I was almost done. Can we go back, please? Yeah, this include USAID, the Department of State Services, State of Georgia, USA, the State of Georgia Black Congressional Caucus, the State of Maryland, Washington, D.C. Chamber of Commerce, African Leadership Magazine, Newswatch Commissioner of the Year Award, and House of Representatives Northwest Commissioner for Local Government of the Year Award. As you can see, Ambassador Yabo is extremely experienced and well recognized for his work, not only in Sokoto State, in Nigeria, but also all over the world, and particularly in Jordan, where he most recently served as the ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to Jordan. And the embassy is proudly and thankfully supporting this conference as well. I will be reading his very short goodwill message that unfortunately couldn't be here, as I said, live. So I'll just be reading his short message. And yes, you can change the screen to his now. Thank you, Combs. All right. So dear members, I quote him, dear members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished participants, greetings to all and happy Independence Day. I am delighted to send my goodwill message to this maiden edition of Empowering Women for Excellence Initiative International Conference 2022 with the theme, Increasing Women's Participation in Addressing Global and Local Challenges. As a government, we are not only committed to promoting the image of Nigeria abroad and within the country, but also to every cause that aims to advance the empowerment of girls and women. The Nigerian Embassy in Amman is proud to be associated with Empowering Women for Excellence initiative and seeks to continue these kinds of initiatives, as well as supporting them. I will be closely following the sessions and hope to learn from all of you. Thank you for being part of this conference, and I wish you successful deliberations. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Malami Faruk Yabo, MFR. Thank you for sending those messages. We appreciate it. And over to you, Rachel.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. We appreciate the ambassador. Okay, so as our programs director and founder has said, it's better we join the WUVA app so we can interact with our speakers through the app. So through the application, you can see our speakers. They are all on the platform, the WUVA platform. So through the platform, you can ask them questions and get to network and interact with them. I will be going on a break so that we can prepare for Ambassador Safiya Ahmed's session. Ambassador Safiya Ahmed will be joining us live. Her session is for 1:30 West African time, 1:30 West African time. So before then, you can join the WUVA app. We'll be playing games, trivia questions, and just interacting with ourselves before 1:30 West African time, when Ambassador Safiya Ahmed will be having her session. So we oblige you all to join the app, and see you later by 1:30 West African time on the WUVA app. So we can all go to the WUVA app now and have a great time with ourselves. Thank you very much for joining the session so far. We look forward to your continued interaction. Thank you.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about killing fears? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we've shed before? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, this weeping shore? We've done. What about all the peace that you pledged your only son? What about flowering fields? Is there a time? What about all the dreams that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the children dead from war? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, this weeping shore? I don't know You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. With you, with you, with you, with you. When the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. With you, all we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, I like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. You, I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. When I don't belong. We are here. We are here for all of us. We are here for all of us. That's why we are here. Why we are here. We are here. Bombs over Baghdad, trying to get something we never had. Let's start with a good dad. It's so real, but it's so sad. And while we burning this incense, we gon' pray for the innocent. Cause right now it don't make sense. Right now it don't make sense. Let's talk about Chi-Town. Let's talk about Gaza. Let's talk about Israel. 'Cause right now with Israel, let's talk Nigeria in the area. Yeah, our souls are brought together so that we could love each other, brother. We are here. We are here for all of us. We are here for all of us. That's why we are here. Why we are here. We are here. No guns made in Harlem, but yet crime is a problem. He wanna shine, they wanna rob him. Single mother, where they come from? How we gonna save the nation? as a people with one song, with one voice. We're a nation undivided and poised. We will take a stand and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom rise and truth prevails. Our land where there's hope for us all. Our land where there's hope for us all. We have
Okay, I can see. We are already active on this Woover platform. So keep dropping your chats, your questions, your comments. You can see the profiles of all your speakers, all our speakers, the ones that have given their keynote address, their goodwill messages, and speakers we'll be having concurrently during the conference. You can Hello, everyone. So presently we are projecting sharing the Woover application, the platform, so you can see how easy it is to navigate. If you haven't downloaded Woover, you download it so we can all interact together. You have the opportunity to interact with all our speakers through the platform because all our speakers are registered on the platform and their key informations are there where you can communicate with them as you need to. So this is how the platform works, and this is our keynote session. So when you join, you can see the session.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. You joined by your audio computer. Joined by your audio computer. And you'd be able to see the session, not having to join by not having to join the session, 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 not having to Okay, so there's equally a chat section there where you can interact with everyone. We have one trivia we're about to start. It's going to be very interesting. We want you to, since today is Nigeria's 62nd Independence Day anniversary, you will tell us, you all share what our favorite Nigerian dish is. And then we say from what part of the country it originates. You share your favorite Nigerian meal and you say from what part of the country it originates. My favorite Nigerian meal personally is amala, begiri, and ewedu. And it's my favorite because I got to eat it a lot while I was in the university, and I still love it a lot. So it originates from Western Nigeria, precisely the Yoruba ethnic group. So that's my favorite meal. So you can share through audio if you want to. You can put it in the chat on Woover so we can interact. As I said earlier, we are all on Woover. We have over 400 participants who are on the Woover app, including all our distinguished speakers. So you can interact with them as well. So we are waiting for your responses through audio or on the Woover app. Safiya says pounded yam, okra, and stew. Okay, it's delicious. I think it's a mixture, but mostly from Western Nigeria, I believe. Yes, it's only Western Nigeria that eats soup and adds stew to it. So definitely from Western Nigeria. So you can keep your favorite food coming. You can speak audibly if you want to, so that we can all share in what our favorite meal is. We are on the Woover app. Send in your chats, send in your questions, interact with your organizers, your speakers, and your fellow participants.
think about the generations and to say we want to make it a better place for our children and our children's children, so that they know it's a better world for them and think if they can make it a better place.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. There are dreams, we stop existing and start living. Then it feels that always love's enough for us growing. Make a better world, make a better world, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why keep strangling me when this earth crucify its soul? Though it's plain to see that this world is heavenly. Be God's love, let it fly so high. Let our spirits never die. In my heart, I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. See the nations turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if you cared enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you
meeting is being recorded.
For our children, this world we live in. For our children, the world we live in. For our children, the world we live in. For our children.
Fighting over Gemini and Pisces. Every corner it's war and crisis. Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda and ISIS. How come the poor people are the nicest? Africa blessed with a lot of beautiful history, but these people make us feel like everything's a mystery. They make us live lives in a jittery. We pray to God Father to give us victory. Take a look around the city now. No love or what a pity now. 21 look like 50 now. Hatred make things shitty now. Back then she was a now. You no longer do your duty now. You follow girls with big booty now. All you do is booting and looting now. So heal the world, heal the world. Spread love and heal the world. Heal the world, heal the world. Let love heal the world. Heal the world, heal the world. Spread love and heal the world. Heal the world, heal the world. Let love heal the world. Fighting over Gemini and Pisces. Every corner it's
Nakupenda pia, nakutaka pia, penzi we.
In a scene, and she says, do you love me? And he says so endlessly, I love you, Liberian girl. Nakupenda pia, nakutaka pia, penzi. Precious than any pearl, your love so complete, Liberian girl. You kiss me, then ooh, the world. You do this to me, Liberian girl. You know that you came and you changed my world, just like in the movies. Two lovers in a scene, and she says, do you love me? And he says so honestly, Liberian girl. Nakupenda pia, nakutaka pia, penzi. Liberian girl, you know that you came and you changed my world. I wait for the day
time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares, and their life will be stronger and free, as God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Get through and make a better day. Just you and me.
fighting over Gemini and Pisces. Every corner it's war and crisis. Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda and ISIS. How come the poor people are the nicest? Africa blessed with a lot of beautiful history, but these people make you feel like everything's a mystery. They make you live lives in a jittery. We pray to God Father to give us victory. Take a look around the city now. No love or what a pity now. 21 look like 50 now. Hatred make things shitty now. Back then she was a cutie now. You no longer do your duty now. You follow girls with big booty now. All you do is booting and looting now. So heal the world, heal the world. Spread love and heal the world. Heal the world, heal the world. Let love heal the world. Heal the world, heal the world. Spread love and heal the world. Heal the world, heal the world. Let love heal the world. Oh, 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 oh. Sickness is the touch when I deep enough. I'm mother dying of beeping now. Father not get no deep enough. She a feeling school oh deep now. False prophet them preaching now. Fake thing them teaching now. The girl them bleaching now. And the boy them snitching now. Who am I to do the judging now? When everything is not original. Bad mind and grudging now. Father Lord the thing I put me now. So heal the world, heal the world. Spread love and heal the world. Heal the world, heal the world. Let love heal the world. Heal the world, heal the world. Spread love and heal the world. Heal the world, heal the world. Let love heal the world. Oh, 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 Let's send love to every length and breath. Let's show love while we're still alive, not in death. All for love, I say.
Think about the generations and to say we want to make it a better place for our children and our children's children, so that they know it's a better world for them, and think if they can make it a better place.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need need to cry in this place. Feel no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. There are dreams, we stop existing and start living. And it feels that always love's enough for us growing. Make a better world, make a better world. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling when this earth crucifies its soul? Though it's plain to see this world is heavenly. Be God's love. We can fly so high, let our spirits never die. In my heart, I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. See the nations turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if you cared enough for the living. Make a little space to make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place.
about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about killing fears? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we shed before? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, this weeping shore? What have we done to the world? Look what we've done. What about all the peace that you pledged your only son? What about flowering fields? Is there a time? What about all the dreams that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the children dead from war? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, this weeping shore?